Hello, you're welcome to Pastor Wale Speaks on Family Life. And today I want to start a two-part series. The first part is especially for husbands, would-be husbands, but wives and would-be wives are all welcome to watch this episode as well. And then next week, Tuesday, I will move on to talking about loving your wife. Let me call it loving your wife. That's for wives and would-be wives, and husbands and would-be husbands are also welcome to join. Again, let me say I'll be very happy if you would chip in to this. Whatever comments you want to make, please go ahead and make it. I'm happy to welcome you, Royal Oluwayemisi Martha. Welcome to this episode. So let's get straight into things. Husbands, loving your wife. The key word in a relationship between husband and wife, I think, has to be cherish. Cherish. And I'm going to spell cherish out for you today in today's episode. So when husbands cherish their wives, you will find a smooth, deepening relationship. So cherish, CHERISH, okay? Cherish. And the C is for care. Your wife needs to feel cared for. She needs to feel that you've got her back, that you've got her covered, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and all. She needs to know that her well-being is of tremendous importance to you. So C is for care. C is for care. Your wife needs to feel cared for. When a wife is cared for, I think there's so many things that you might not be able to do, like buy her everything she wants. But if she feels cared for, that's more than money to her. Okay, so I want to encourage husbands, and when you do get married, to the would-be husbands, go out of your way to show your wife that you care for her. Go out of your way to show your wife that you really, really deeply care for her. Now, the second letter, H, in cherish, is for honor. H is for honor. Let everyone around you, including your children, be clear that you value your wife. It is honoring to speak well of her when opportunities present themselves. How she will blossom when you praise and honor her, you will be shocked. Okay, so speak well. Let everyone around you know that you don't play with your wife. That, you know, if they can't honor her, then you don't want them around you. Okay, and let it be clear to your children as well. You value your wife. If you show honor and show that you value your wife, your sons, when they get married, are more than likely to emulate you, because this is just, as they say in Yoruba, Banle. This is what they were grounded on as they grew up in their home. So C is for care, H is for honor. Okay. E is for encourage. Your encouragement goes further than any other person's encouragement. When you rise up to encourage her, it beats the encouragement she might get from anywhere else, even whether it is to do with her career or her parenting skills. It beats whatever anybody can say. Her boss cannot encourage her as well as you can. When you encourage her, it really it goes deep into her system and lifts her up. So be a font of encouragement to her. Be a font of encouragement to her. If you don't encourage her, then she will take it as discouragement. So there's no middle ground for you. You're either encouraging or you're discouraging. encourage her. Sometimes she doesn't need to come and report a situation to you before you start encouraging. Just watch her, and if you see there's any sign that she may be discouraged about something, rise up and encourage her. The Bible says that we should love our wives even as we love ourselves. So encourage her. So C is for care, H is for honor, E is for encouragement, and R is for romance. For too many couples, romance begins to fade after marriage. Mostly because we begin to take each other for granted. For the couples who haven't yet had children, a candlelit dinner at home that she didn't have to cook herself would be very much appreciated. Romance doesn't have to entail lots of expense. Little things are the kind of things that your wife would value. Say the candlelit dinner, especially when you don't yet have children, or if you have children, they're still young, they've gone to bed, bring out the candles, and dare I say it, bring out the wine, okay? Bring out the candles and have a nice romantic candlelit dinner. And I know that you can think of other ways to keep romance alive in your marriage. I think I've met quite a few couples who have a date night. So once every week, there's a day that they have set apart. Nobody takes any appointments or engagements on that day because it's devoted to their spouse. So the two of you have a date night. And husbands, let your wife choose where to go for the date night. And when you get out on the date night, don't talk about family and the children's welfare and all those things. You can talk about that anytime. Make your date nights an opportunity to talk about yourselves, about your relationship, about the things that you value. Make your date night an opportunity to engage one another. So trust me, she wants to be romanced, and just begin to show her that you are a romantic fellow, and that you don't take her for granted, and you just want to win her over and over and over again. Okay, so C is for care, H is for honor, E is for encourage, R is for romance, I is for inspire. You are her knight in shining armor. She looks up to you. At least in a normal marriage, she'll be looking up to you and expects you to lead and direct her. She's looking to you for leadership. This requires that you create time to consider and pray about her interests. Make time to consider and pray about her interests. Welcome, Sunday Apollonia. You're welcome to this episode. I'm talking about loving your wife. This is for all husbands and would-be husbands. And of course, wives and would-be wives are welcome because you can learn something that you can teach your sons, for instance. So I've talked about C. I've talked about the word cherish. It's a very important word when it comes to loving your husband. Cherish her. And I've said C is for care, E is for encourage, R is for romance, I is for inspire. And that's what I was talking about when you joined just now. I is for inspire. You are her knight in shining armor, and she looks up to you. She's looking to you for leadership and direction. And it means that you need time. You need time to consider and pray about her interests, whether it's her career, whether it's her hobbies, whether it's even her weight, and come up with ideas and other ways to bring improvement. Okay, so you've got to think about this. And you know, when you enlist God, God's help in coming up with inspiration, you know, she'd love to know that you so consider her, that you are giving thought to what concerns her. So inspire her, give her ideas that will improve, that will better her, that will make her happier, and so on. Let me take this opportunity to quickly welcome Remy Badness. Remy's question is a very interesting one. I will come back to it when I finish giving you the 7 letters of cherish. So I'll come back, Remy. Please hang on. I is for inspire. So I've talked about C is for care, H is for honor, E is for encourage, R is for romance, I is for inspire. S is for shelter. Now, by shelter, I'm not talking about a roof over her head. I'm talking about a covering over her. I'm talking about you covering her. You need to be her shield from the outside world. You need to be her defense against friends, relations, and there I use the word in-laws, colleagues, even demons. You have that role in her life. You are her head, and so it's important that you play that role. So shelter. She needs to know that you've got her back, and that should anyone exceed their boundaries, you'll be there to protect her. In this regard, let me add one more thing. Try never to chastise her in the presence of any other people. Wait till you're alone together. So shelter her, defend her, make sure she knows that she has a covering, and she will respect you as her covering. And the final letter is H. H is for help. Even though you both shared responsibilities in the home, it wouldn't help you to help her with hers from time to time. Whatever needs doing, have an attitude of readiness. Helping her around the house will show you appreciation for her, and she will blossom in your home. You vowed when you got married to love and cherish. If you do these things, I promise you your home front will be happy and blissful. Now, I'm coming to Remy's question. He says, when a man does all these things and the woman doesn't appreciate it, trust me, the first thing I want to say is don't do it because you want to be appreciated. Do it because that's what is in your heart to do. Do it because you want to. You've chosen to do it, okay? So whether she appreciates it or not, don't stop. The honest truth is if there are signs that she doesn't appreciate what you're doing, and you stop, then it just puts you back at square one. The thing is, continue. And I assure you, if you show her caring, it will be a stone, a wife with a stone heart that will not warm up to it. Sometimes it may take time because God knows what has happened in the past, which may have insulated her, put an insulation around her heart so that she doesn't feel happy or ready to open up. Maybe she's frightened that if she shows appreciation, it'll stop. So please don't stop, and don't do it because you want something in return. Usually, a lot of people say, "I will love my wife, I'll cherish her, but she has to respect me." You leave that to her. You leave that to her, and because God sees you doing all that you should do, He will tug at her heart, and she will do her part. But you're not doing it so that she can do her part. You're doing it because it's your pleasure to do it. I hope that makes sense to you. And you know, I promise you, things will begin to change if men apply these truths. I'll be talking to the wives on Tuesday about their role in the marriage in terms of what their responsibilities should be like to their husbands. Ibironke, Buraima, welcome to this episode. I'm just about rounding up, but I'll just quickly go over it because I think we have a bit of time. I'm talking mainly to husbands today. I'm talking to husbands and would-be husbands. Those are the men that are thinking of getting married and getting ready for marriage. But I welcome the participation of wives and would-be wives. And I'm talking about the importance of loving your wife. And I wrapped it all up in one word, the word cherish. The word cherish. Cherish means, and I've broken it up into 7 letters. C is for care. Care, your wife needs to feel cared for. I just go over this again. And H is for honor. She needs to know that you value her. Everybody around needs to know that you value your wife. E is for encourage. Be the first person to encourage her. Be the one to encourage her the most. R is for romance. Don't let romance die in your marriage. I is for inspire. Be there to help her with ideas that can overcome her problems that she has, probably outside your relationship, probably problems at work, probably problems with colleagues, problems in other relationships you may have. Be there to inspire her. S is for shelter. I'm not talking about a roof over her head. I'm talking about a covering. Be a covering unto her. Be a covering physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually for her. H is for help. Encourage her, help her, share some of her responsibilities, assist her, and then that's it. It'll make it a really happy marriage. That's what I wish for you, and that's the whole object of speaking on family life. That the family is so crucial. It is so critical to all of us, to our society, because whenever things are going wrong in families, they will be reflected in the larger society. There are a lot of problems out there, drug problems, all kinds of problems amongst our youth, and these things could have been nipped in the bud from early on in the family. So that's it for this week. It's been a pleasure to bring this episode to you. I wish you a really happy weekend. Have fun, stay safe, and stay happy. And so I'm back again this time. I'll be talking to wives next week, Tuesday at 4 p.m. I'll be talking to wives, but until we meet again, stay really blessed and